Hi, I'm Natalie and I'm a gap year student at Brandeis University. So for 16 weeks, I'm going to show you what it's like to be a marketing and video editor intern at No, which is a startup company in Singapore. Hey, let's go.
Choco. Good morning. You're a good girl. Yeah. You're very up.
So every morning I wake up with my doggo Choco, since she's my sleeping buddy. So I always rub her belly and then I have some brekkie or brunch. Depends when I wake up, but hours are flexible at startups. So yeah. Once I'm done eating, I get dressed and I'm ready to go for work. OOTD. Woo, woo, pow. What is No? So No is an app that is like a centralized system for people, staff in any industry to communicate better with their management. We noticed that there's a lot of issues with communication and getting tasks through, especially from the top and the ground floor together. As you'll see here, we have our site and we basically showcase many different features that any company can hold. A small or big, doesn't matter the size. We want to make a difference in helping especially blue collar and frontline workers be able to get through their jobs and communicate in tasks much easier than going back and forth through chat apps or Excel sheets or emails. All of that is put in one place, which is the No app. I'm really happy to be part of this company because I feel like I learned so much. I didn't know there was so many issues in so many different companies and industries with the top and ground floor communicating with each other. And so just seeing how my role as a marketing and video editor intern impacts this is really powerful, and I'm so grateful to be working here. So you may be wondering, what do I do? So because Singapore recently went back to sort of a lockdown, I work from home or in a cafe. And since I'm a video editor, that's my main part of the job, I use After Effects or Premiere Pro. So if it's After Effects, it's usually more animation style stuff, and Premiere Pro is more like film, video editing, or adding captions and such.
Hi, I'm Zainab. I lead the marketing efforts at No. We're a small power pack team working towards building and promoting the brand across various marketing channels. And we also work on different kinds of campaigns to build brand awareness, generate leads. Natalie has been working with us for the last 10 months. Her work has largely been revolving around learning how to create content, write creative briefs, curate this content, look at the kind of brand positioning we have, and according to that build the right kind of content. So that's what she's been learning and she's worked on. So yeah, I hope she's had a wonderful learning experience at No.
So another thing that I tried out for this internship was sales. I didn't think I would actually do this since I didn't sign up for it initially, but I was interested, so I tried it out. Hi, I'm with Kyril, and we're doing some sales pitching.
Yeah, that's right. Going around pitching with clients in terms of product.
Yay.
It's gonna be fun.
So whenever we have calls, we usually talk about things we need to catch up on as a team, and sometimes we even just catch up on how we're doing too and do team bonding activities. Hey guys! So I'm at a cafe. It's called Wakey Wakey, and I'm doing work here right now. So because of the lockdown and stuff, I feel like I focus better if I go out sometimes to a cafe, and sometimes I bring along a friend who also works or my colleague. So now you're gonna meet Sarah. This is Sarah. Sarah!
Yes. So I'm the strategic initiatives lead, and basically that means that I work on anything and everything, any type of special projects, or strategic like tasks like recruitment. Yeah, that's me.
Yay! So, I not only work hard, but I like to play hard as well. And sometimes during my breaks, I like to play with slime. I know, I'm a kid, but at least you get some free ASMR. And outside of work, I like to go to dance classes a lot with my friend Pat. It's a really nice release from life. And yes, I went bungee jumping recently. Yes, another release in life, literally. And sometimes I go to the beach, I explore Singapore, check out spots and eat food. And it's just honestly really a time right now as well for me to just check out the country, city of Singapore, make new memories, friends before I leave for university.
You haven't woke up yet. Oh, it shouldn't have.
So yeah, what do you have to say, Rex? Alright, so y'all know I posted on Instagram with the hashtag #AskNatalie on what you'd like to know for this video about my internship, and y'all pulled through. Let's go! Alright, so the first question that we have is from blah 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 bloop, and they said, what program are you in and what school do you go to? Okay, so I'm actually on a gap year right now, so I'm actually gonna start university this fall. I'm going to Brandeis University, and currently what I'm thinking of pursuing is a double major in psychology and film, and I might minor in philosophy and East Asian studies, specifically in Japanese, because I'm gonna keep that up. Alright, the next question is from blah 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 bloop, and it says, how did you find your internship? I was very determined to get my own job without any connections or help, because I thought, you know what, I can get it myself. Very unrealistic if you're a high school graduate. So I was actually like new to Singapore. I came a week before lockdown started. Funny story, I applied to maybe like 15 jobs, internships. I filled out forms online from those generic job websites, gave my resume, cover letter, fill out forms and all that. Let's just say I did not hear back. Then I realized the wondrous world of connections. Not always, but sometimes when you're looking for a job, connections is one of the most powerful ways to get a job. So yeah, I used connections. I was a bit upset, but I was like, I don't know what else to really do. Through that, I had a few options available to me for interviews, but the one that drew me in was no. And so yeah. Alright, so the next question connects with the last one a bit, and it's, why did you decide to intern at No? Good question. Blah 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 boop. Connecting to the story I was telling before, I had a few options from the connections I had, but the one that caught my attention was No, because the opportunities that they gave and the interest that aligned with mine for the job really connected well. So I thought this was a great opportunity to learn, grow, and work on my skills. Alright, next one. Blah 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 blee bloop said, what skills and past experiences helps you get the internship? Well, I feel like this is just like an obvious one, but since I'm like a marketing and video editor intern, video editing, my skills in that really helped a bunch because a huge chunk of what I did was video editing. That's like the main part of why I got hired. I guess like for the marketing aspect, it is kind of like for most people my age or around, like we know how to use social media, so I guess it helps to like know how to use that and utilize that, so those skills helped out too. And a bunch of things too I learned during the job, which is also the point of this internship, which was to learn. So the next question is, what is the most valuable lesson you've learned from your internship? Learned a lot, honestly. There's not one lesson. I guess I'm a very like sensitive and emotional person, and it sometimes connected to my own work, especially because the work I was doing was also like my own creations, the video making, editing, audio stuff. So I think I can be very hard on myself and very perfectionistic, and I remember in the beginning when I used to get critiques on my work, I would take each one very personally. I had to learn how to kind of piece those two apart, my personal life and feelings and work, and just figure out how to like, you know, communicate still how I'm feeling about certain things, but more so in the intent of being productive and making sure like if there's a problem, it's solved and it's not just talking about my emotions. I think the biggest lesson is from yourself, from your own experience, because you don't truly get it or understand until you make that mistake, or you do that project, or you step into that office and take up that task. It's very different from hearing about what it's gonna be like or what you should do in a job, and when you're in it, and navigating through that. I'm very grateful for this internship. I don't know why I'm getting emotional. Why am I getting? So yeah, I was gonna include this clip of me thanking everyone, but it's really long. But long story short, thank you so much. Thank you for joining me for the Q&A. Hey. Thank you for watching. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it or learned a lot, or you know, just thumbs up vibes, just give thumbs up. Please subscribe also to the 16 Weeks YouTube channel. They do some great work, and very grateful to be part of this. Comment down below so if there's anything you'd like to see on this channel, if there's anything you learned, any thoughts you've had after watching this. You can also follow 16 Weeks on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. So yeah, we look forward to seeing you guys next week for the 16 Weeks of Internships video. And it's gonna be Audrey, who is a software engineer at Coinbase. So stay tuned.